Hey everyone! So in 2019, I want to try and start making YouTube videos. This is something that people have recommended to me that I've been scared to try, but I've always been curious to see how I would do. So I thought I would just give a rundown of what I'm thinking about doing with this new YouTube channel that I'm going to start. As you might have guessed, the majority of what I'm going to be talking about is movies. Movies are something that I've always loved to watch. I've always loved to express my opinion on. There's something that I've always seem to get. I've always been able to understand how I feel about a movie and why after watching it. I've gotten better over the years, but this has gone back when I was really young. So this is just something that has always been a passion of mine that I kind of want to extend into a hobby. So there's a couple things I'm thinking of doing with this channel. One of them would be a segment called My First Experience. I didn't grow up watching a lot of all-time great movies. So there's a lot of movies out there that I missed. So for example, I'm looking right now, I have Top Gun, which is a very popular movie that I haven't seen yet. So that could be a movie that I could talk about because of its popularity. I just haven't seen it yet. So it could be cool to give a fresh take based off my first experience watching a classic movie. The next one I'm thinking of doing is a segment called Home Video. I own a lot of physical media. I like having the physical disc, the physical copy, the artwork on it. I really enjoy that. So I would just take one of those movies from my shelf, watch it, and give a review about it on the channel. Maybe some updated thoughts. Maybe it would be a movie I haven't seen in a while that I want to revisit and see how I feel about it and see if I feel the same about the way I did the first time I watched it. Another one I'm thinking of doing is a segment called Throwback. These would be looking at movies from when I was way younger. I'm talking looking at High School Musical and seeing if I still like it without just the nostalgia attached to it. Looking at old Disney movies that I might have watched as a kid but don't watch too often nowadays. Just to see if they hold up and see if I still like them, since I might not have seen them for a while. I do want to stick with the initial reaction / review that I did with Glass. I did that as soon as I left the theater just because I was thinking about how people recommend starting a YouTube channel and how it's a new year. It's the first movie I saw this year, and you know, no better time to start than now. So I decided to just go in my truck and shoot it, and I actually felt really relaxed in there, and it's really cool to give my thoughts right after seeing a movie. So I think I want to stick with that and do that for some more movies when I see them in theaters. Another thing I might want to do is a segment called Underrated, movies that I feel aren't talked about enough. This could be a really bad movie that I thought was really funny that just no one's talked about. I like a lot of older films too. There's a couple older films that I don't feel like get talked about enough or don't get the recognition that they need that I might also talk about in this segment. So I think that could be fun. The last thing I'm thinking of doing is a segment called Blu-ray Pickups. As I said before, I like physical media. So about every Tuesday, a new Blu-ray comes out, and it's usually one that I've seen in theaters. So I like to go out to the mass markets and pick it up. And so maybe I'll take you along for that ride and give a little retrospective review on the movie that I'm about to pick up. It could be fun. Can you hear my cat? Anyways, so that's what I'm thinking about doing for my YouTube channel. Full disclosure though, I do not have the most free time in the world. I have a full-time job, so I'm not promising to do like 6 ideas 6 days out of the week. I'm not promising like every Tuesday you'll get a Blu-ray pickup and every Friday you'll get an initial reaction from the theater. The theater costs money. I don't go to the theater every weekend, you know. I try to see a couple movies a month, but I don't go every weekend. So it's not going to be a regular thing. That being said, I think this could be a really fun thing to do. I hope I can put out content and express myself enough to the point that you guys can enjoy this. I'm a little excited to try this out. This is something that I've seen other YouTubers that I watch do. I really enjoy watching the other YouTubers. So yeah, it could be fun to try it on my own. And if you're going to join me for the ride, I look forward to having conversations with you in the comments. And for friends and family, I look forward to talking to you in person. Yeah, I think that's about all I want to say. That's what I'm thinking about doing right now. So If any of those ideas stick out to you, let me know. Maybe I'll do those more than others. And yeah, I think this could be a fun year. Well, thanks for clicking on the video, and hopefully you'll come back. Thanks.